Oh, baby, we are back. Welcome back to the morning show. It's good to be here. We have 3,000 basketball games to talk about from last night, but we also have a very special breaking news guest that I'm excited to get to. Let's get going. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the morning show. Like I said, we have just a million games to get to from last night. We had a lot of fun with it. Let's see who is in the chit chat this morning. I see We the People. Veronica is here. Brent is here. Jump Shooty. We got Adam Stubbs, T. Adams, J. Fox here. Thomas, Rowdy Rod. That is a good reminder. Go vote today if you were in that US of A. I'm not up to speed with international elections, but if you have one of those, go vote for that too. To the House is here. Jordan's here. Looking for food. Ryan, Coach Finstock, Blaze, Evan Nico, Top Shot, Common Man, Schnapper, Eagle Putt, who else? Anthony Reagan, good morning. And Deep Threats here. Jonathan's here. Daniel Easterman, good afternoon, me old mateys. Regulator, we got a full squad. Listen, I was excited about this. I reached out to this person last week because vibes are a tough thing to maintain in this world, and this man has brought the energy. I was excited to bring him on at some point this week. And then breaking news, the man is releasing his own content. So let's do this right now. Mr. Treaticus, welcome to the morning show. How are we doing, sir?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I really appreciate you having me on, man. It's an honor. I've been a fan for a long time, bro.
Dude, absolutely, man. I feel like you've just been a jolt of caffeine, of adrenaline that I think everybody kind of needed. I think it's sometimes both our fault and sometimes greater extenuating circumstances beat us down a little bit, and then sometimes it's hard to keep that positive vibe, dude. So tell me, before we get into backstory and everything like that, tell me a little bit about the show. What's the name of it that's coming out on Thursday?
I mean, it's just it's gonna be the stuff I've been doing, real similar, just fun, lighthearted. I'm not trying to be an expert at anything except for just I really enjoy Top Shot. And so I was, I didn't even expect to have anything come. I literally told my son, he's 21, I was like, hey, I want to do this video. And I gave him this idea. I'm like, is that stupid? Because, I do a lot of stupid dad shit that that he's like, no, Dad, that's actually funny. So I posted it, and they liked it. So anyway, I'm just going to keep doing that. I've got different topics I'm going to hit, like fandom and collect what you love, connecting with your people. Just have fun with things like the market and FUD and pack draw, all the stuff that makes I think this space really fun.
Yeah. Are you planning on doing it on Twitter too, like you've been doing with your other videos?
Yeah. Just right now I have 12 topics. Mm-hmm. And again, we're just talking 1 minute little snippet, fun. And I'm going to do 4 a week for the next 3 weeks and just see.
Ooh. Look at that. Listen, as someone who does a daily show, I can appreciate that grind.
Yeah, dude. You got a whole nother level of grind than me, man.
Yeah. Well, mistakes have been made, I think. Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I guess that goes with the territory, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to because I know I've been seeing you on Twitter for a while, but like, what has your Top Shot journey been? Like, when did this start? Like, kind of
Yeah.
talk me through a little bit about your experience with it.
Well, so first you just got to know that probably I don't know. I really don't know the people in this space, honestly.
Mm,
But my assumption, which may not be a good assumption, is that the people in this space love the NBA.
yeah,
And that's man, that's just me. I'm a coach's son. My dad, that was our life together was
yeah,
basketball. I grew up in the gym, so the NBA is just part of my life. And I played college ball, so I just love basketball. And I just think we're in a golden age. I mean,
yeah.
the talent, and I just I'm a fan of the Celtics and the Grizzlies, but man, I just love. I'll watch anything NBA.
I know it really is. It was kind of cool last night. Normally, I'm not a fan of having every single freaking team play in the same
Yeah,
day because
yeah,
I would like to be able to pick and choose my spots. But it was really cool yesterday to be like, man, I really could flip to any of these games. And I made the joke. I was like, okay, clearly the NBA was trying to ease us into the slate with some of the games they started us off with, where it's like Rockets Magic or like
right,
Thunder. I
right.
forget who the Thunder played last night off the top of my head, but then you like tune into Rockets Magic and you see Jalen Green going for like upper 20s. Paulo hit 30 again. Like everybody has a reason to
Yeah,
watch at this point.
yeah. It's just excellent. And so I listened to the Mismatch,
I
which is
love the
obviously
mismatch.
a great podcast for me, right? You
Mhm.
got Verno and
Yeah,
O'Connor, Celtics Grizz.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. So, and they said something about this thing uh, on one of their podcasts called Top Shot, and I went, and this was January of 2020.
Yeah,
And dude, I was a brilliant. Uh, all my trade decisions were just.
just
I
the
was so
best.
I was so freaking smart. I mean, I'm telling all my friends, my family, like these two things have combined my love for the NBA, and I'm just a freaking genius, freaking clueless that there was any other world. Like, had no idea that withdrawals, like all that stuff that
Yeah.
was about to hit.
It didn't matter. You could just continue to buy and it would continue to go up. That is
Exactly. I
I
didn't
think
give a
we all
damn.
had that. We all had that 3 week run because that was right around the time that
Yeah.
I got in as well,
Yeah.
and it was the same thing. I was like, oh, I'll just because this is back when I used evaluate.market. I think that was like the only thing that was out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So in Steve's site, Intangible too. But and you just like refresh it every 10 minutes. You're like, oh wow, it's up like $5,000.
Yeah. In the middle of the night.
Yeah,
I'm and I'm screenshotting this stuff and sending it to my buddies. Like,
yeah,
you people don't understand the genius.
right. And now you're wait, is that me that I can't tell if it's my Wi-Fi that went down or not. You
There,
back? All
you.
right, I got
I'm.
you. I got you
Okay.
back. I got you
Sorry.
back.
Sorry. So anyway, and man, I tell you, the thing that really hooked me though was the Master Challenge.
Yeah.
I just, man, I loved it, and I hung in there and did it, and I love the NLL, and so I guess that's the thing. I got connected to people and community, and so I'm really enjoying the NBA with this group of folks
Yeah.
that enjoy it too.
Well, and
Uh,
that's what I wanted to ask you about too, because this is the thing that I think is most like refreshing, and also just like I need you to open my brain to it sometimes. But like I want to know how are you maintaining this level of, or not even maintain the level of excitement, because I'm with you. I love the NBA so much that this just made the most sense to me. So like I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, of course I will do this. But I think with like the constant barrage of what Twitter can be and what the Discord can be, like what do you do to maintain that level of passion, excitement? I think like you're bringing good positive vibes to it, and but I imagine it still gets to you at sometimes, right? Like, or you completely you just got that shield up; it does not hit you. Uh oh, we did it again. See, that's what happens. Good vibes, bad Wi-Fi. Or is this one me? Is this my Wi-Fi this
It's
time?
probably me, man. I don't know
Okay,
what. It's got to be me.
that's all right. We're back now, baby.
Okay. No, man. I don't know. I just I'm not trying to make money at it. I guess I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I just really do enjoy it. I don't have. There's like no ulterior motive except for I'm just really having a great time collecting Top Shot moments. And like, okay, this is okay. This may not be exciting to some people, but I've just been grabbing these Grant Williams TSDs.
There
You
you
know,
go.
like it makes me feel like I'm some sort of badass. You know, they're $4, but I grab them at $4. I'm like, boom.
Boom, another Batman to the collection.
and like I was number 9 on this leaderboard. So I'm like, you damn right.
Keep grinding that Grant Williams leaderboard.
I'm a whale, baby.
I think you're right though, man. I feel like when you were referencing the 9 Lives Lounge, like I think if everyone has their own sub community, whether it's like directly through Top Shot or through like, stuff like we're doing or Top Shot Talk or whomever, right? I think those sub communities are what makes the down parts feel a little bit better. And I mean, nothing's been highlighted more than what the team captains were doing. And I've been like lucky enough to attend a Knicks thing, a Hawks thing, a Nets thing, and to see to just like physically see how people are connecting and just bringing people together. And I know you referenced that quite a bit. To me, that is like the ultimate thing. And that's how all of this survives both through the ups and the downs,
Man, I'm with you for sure. Those connections, the team captains are amazing. I think that program is, it is the best thing they've done.
Oh, 100%.
In my opinion. And so, and then I think, I did last year. I got into the flash challenges. Man, it's just not fun when you make the wrong decision. I can't remember. I was speculating on somebody. I can't remember really. And I spent like $300 on this moment. I'm thinking I'm so smart, and it spiked for like 5 minutes. And then plummeted. And I remember this. I was having lunch with my wife and my son, and I was all bummed out. And they were like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I just lost $100." And then I was like, "What? This isn't fun."
Yeah, I think you're right. Like I think there is a lot of I guess almost if you have an allowance or like a set of money that makes sense, right? But I really had some of the most fun when you were taking like speculative shots before challenges were announced, because that like went to this whole community thing too. Because I see Regulator in the chat saying game winners, baby. I remember like the Team Hold Discord was just scooping up every single game winner they could find, because they're obviously going to do a game winners challenge. And so like even if it ended up being an L, it was like fun kind of coming to those conclusions. So like we celebrate the wins together, but we also laugh at the losses together. And like that's easier. Yeah, cat tattoos was another good one back from the Cool Cats days. I remember that.
That was hilarious.
And like so those, and especially if you're not risking a lot, right? If you're just taking a couple of $4 or $5 shots here, those were so much fun. And but I agree with you, man. Like when you like buy, and I always think of the Flash Challenges last season, anytime, someone like a Desmond Bain Top Shot debut, I know that was like a popular one, would get into a Flash Challenge, and then all of a sudden people are spending like $400 on like an $80 moment. And then everyone immediately gets mad if the challenge isn't worth that, And so it was a weird needle to thread, and we probably didn't take enough ownership ourselves for like, we'd be like, Top Shot, why aren't these challenges worth more? And it's like, well, why did you buy Desmond Bain for $400?
Yeah. Well, so in my day job, I got a great job. I'm a parks director for a small town. And
oh my gosh, you are Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, it's like it literally. I can't watch the show because the episode where somebody comes in the director's office. What's his name again?
Adam Scott. Is it the Adam Scott character?
Yeah. And she says, I made this pottery in your pottery class and it's terrible and throws it like that's literally my life. So
It's
when
incredible.
people are yelling at Top Shot, going, I don't want to play your game anymore, but and I'm mad at you because the game I'm playing isn't fun. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
Then quit playing.
Quit playing the game. I know there it is. It is such a like weird push and pull
Yeah,
because I do think like people do love it. People do love it, and I think
yeah,
there's like, and I mean I've been as vocal as any. I do think there are like things that need to get addressed, and you know you hope that they. I mean I know they've heard it. I know they've heard it, and they're working on it. And it's this weird thing of like you have to be able to give them patience, right? You have to be patient with the changes that are happening, especially the last like week or so. It's been a little bit chaotic. But it's tough, man. It's tough. And that's why I think, did we lose you? Are you still there?
yeah. I'm
Oh,
back. Sorry
we're
about
back.
that.
No, you're
Hey,
good.
so no, look, I got no qualms with any of you guys that are smart. I mean, you guys are sharp. You're thinking through the future of the platform, and that's just not me. You know, like
Mm,
I'm not. I got no problem with people sharing their concerns
mm.
or their insight. I mean, I think it's a lot of great stuff out there. But you know,
Yeah.
that's just not. I'm not that guy.
But I think
Um,
what's important about what you're doing though is if you only have people, and I'm not even going to include myself in the smart category. I'm like right in the middle. I'm
oh,
not
dude,
really.
come on.
I'm just repeating other people's stuff.
You're sandbagging. You're
Uh,
sandbagging. You're
yeah,
smart.
but I think like when it's all of that, like if that's what the internet is, if that's what the Discord is, if it's all the people saying the
Yeah,
same freaking thing without seeing the other side of it, it just no longer is fun. We're all just screaming in the
right.
same echo
Yeah.
chamber, and that's why I think, man, like your presence both on Twitter pre-videos and now with the videos is like it's really. I think it is really important. I think that stuff matters, and so I'm been happy to see it, man.
Well, man, I do appreciate that. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with it. The fact that other collectors on the platform are enjoying it,
Yeah.
it's just icing on the cake, man.
I
It's
think
not just
like
me.
for my comedy sense, what I want to see happen, because I think you're in this sweet spot right now where you could put anything out there, but as long as you do it with your same
Yeah.
charm and like how you deliver it, like you could probably put anything out there and people are gonna be like, hell yeah, man, retweet. We gotta get this out there. So like I really think you could start having like strong takes on HGTV and people would be like, oh yeah, dude, Treat's got it again, man.
You know, I really don't even know what I would have a strong take
I know.
on.
That's what I mean. I feel like because again, it's like it's a soothing presence. I'm like, all right, yeah,
That's
dude, he's
funny.
stretching before a 5K. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Whatever he wants to say, I'm in.
But you know, it's funny because some of my friends, they don't like. I get these texts and they're like, "Dude, what's happening on Twitter? I have no idea what you're talking about. What's a pack drop? You know,
I mean,
and what's a dapper?"
and that well, let me ask you this: was your Twitter account created for Top Shot, or did you have that pre Top Shot?
Oh yeah, it's just mine. I mean, I've had it forever.
See, I love that because I think a lot of the people in the community have a Top Shot specific. Because I'm the same, I don't, and
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
same thing. Like my friends are like, "Hey, man, what the hell are you doing?"
Yeah, I don't even know how this works, to be
Yeah,
honest with you. Like, I literally don't even know. Somebody told me yesterday, sent me a message. Hey, you need to get a business account, professional account on Twitter. I'm like, what's that?
yeah.
Well, you can see the analytics.
Uh,
I
let me
don't
tell you,
know.
if there was ever a time in history where you don't need a professional business Twitter account, it's now. It's now.
I did it, and I looked at the analytics, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Nah, it's like, oh, cool. People are doing impressions of me. Is that what I'm
Yeah, what
seeing
is?
right
Yeah. Well, hey, I did like yours last week, though.
now? Which one?
Your impression of me.
Oh, I was just gonna say that, dude. You know what was so funny? Because we messaged about this, and I
Yeah.
almost wish I clipped it. We messaged about this. That wasn't even my intent, right? Like
Oh, it
I
was
was just
great.
going into a character, and then and I was talking about the challenges, and I was like, no matter what, there's always gonna be people that just like, hey, I love Top Shot, I love these
Yeah.
challenges. If I got it, I got it. If I don't, I don't. And then it was so funny because 2 hours later, you posted a video and it was almost like word for word
This,
what I had said in the morning.
no, it was hysterical. And I sent I sent your the podcast to my, because that's usually how I usually listen to your podcast
Yeah.
later, and then and I sent it to my kids, and they were dying.
Oh,
I have 4 grown children, and they were in my wife. They were just like, "Dad, that was the coolest thing ever."
I
So
think it was so funny. I think what I'm gonna do now, after today's episode, is like clip a little bit of this conversation and then
sweet.
clip the impression with what you did last week too, because I think that would be fun.
I loved it because it's like, hey, if you don't want to do the challenge, don't do the challenge.
Yeah.
Get on with your day.
And I think I forget how you said, but I think I said something like, "And if you
Yeah.
got it, clickety clackety, you
Clickety
put it
clackety.
in."
Yes, it was. It was great because that's literally how I engage with Top Shot. Like,
Yeah,
that sounds like fun. I'm
I
gonna do
love
it.
it. I love it. Hey, listen, man, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I wanted to make
Hey,
sure though,
yeah,
like I wanted to pump this up because I appreciate what you're doing. I'm gonna drop a link
thanks,
to
bro.
your Twitter into the chat right now. So if you guys aren't already following the treat, get in there and follow Treat because he's got the show dropping on Thursday. So we're gonna see
Yeah,
four episodes a week.
yeah. I'm gonna hit. I've been doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
keep
love
that
it.
going, and then yeah. And if folks have other, if you've got a
We'll wait. We'll wait. He'll be back. We're used to this now. He'll be back.
all right.
He's back. I got you
We're
back. We
back.
lost
Yeah,
you for
yeah.
a second.
Yeah. Real quick. If you've got something, a Top Shot topic you want me to take on and have fun with, just let me know. Because and I'll hit it. But thank you so much for letting me come on, man.
Oh my God. Of course, man.
It
Of
really
course.
is surreal for me to be listening to you all these years.
Well, and now listen, now you can tell your kids after today,
Yeah.
once the podcast loads up, you can be like, go listen.
Damn right. Hey, thanks, bro.
Yeah, of course, man. We'll get you back on here again soon.
Yeah,
And
anytime.
yeah, keep
Love
up the good work, man. We love
it.
it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, take
All
care,
right.
man. Dude, shout out Shriek. That was the best. What a good dude. Excited that we got him on here. That was fun. So go follow him. That was a blast. We had a good time with that. It's important. Someone needs to bring the good vibes. And he does. We had fun with that. All right. You know what? I meant to get this fired up before he left because I wanted him to know, but I guess he'll hear it in the podcast now. You like the stream, subscribe to Team Hold and put hashtag treat into the chat. And I'll give you a moment at the end of the day. Or at the end of the show. So do that. Like the stream, subscribe, hashtag treat, and we'll get into it. Eagle Putt says just followed Triticus. Amazing family photo. He does. It's great. All right, let's we need some holy water. You're right with the people. 666. We got to get some. Although I will say, listen, the subs have been going up lately, so we love to see that. All right, let's dive into. We have to go on like turbo now. We got to go turbo to catch up on some of this hoops because there were so many games last night. It was fun. Everybody played. How many of you guys took advantage? Assuming you don't have League Pass already, how many people took advantage of League Pass last night? It was nice to be able to bop around, right? League Pass is great. I love League Pass so much. I watch mostly Celtics Grizzlies and then bopped around and caught like 5 minutes of each game and then watched a lot of the late games too. But let's dive into it. I'm going to start with Celtics Grizzlies because the way I format everything is how it looks to me on ESPN. And because the Celtics are my favorite team, that's the thing that pops up. This game was really fun. If you do have League Pass or go to, I think Yahoo does it too. Go ahead and watch like the condensed version. Oh, there we go. Regular saying watch my so rare players. There you go. The Celtics Grizz games was really fun. Celtics won 109-106. John Morant single-handedly kept that team in the game. The Celtics were up. I felt like they were up 10-12 for most of the game. And then the Grizz like hung around, made it close a couple of times. The Celtics missed a million free throws down the stretch, which was really, really frustrating. But John Morant was just amazing. Like he really was. He did a little bit of everything, whether he was shooting the ball from three really well, he can get to the basket. He just truly kept them in the game. Ja finished with 39 and 8. Jaylen Brown had 21 and 9, and Tatum with 39. Tatum was that guy last night, man. He really was. Jason Tatum is like truly going to be in the MVP conversation. I don't think he'll win it because Luka keeps putting up 36 every night, but Tatum is really like, he is absolutely balling. Yeah, there we go. Weisberg saying they missed 7 free throws down the stretch. Yeah, and like at one point it was like, I think Grant missed 2 in a row, then Tatum missed 2 in a row. It was like crazy. It was like back to back to back. But what an awesome game. That was a really fun one. The Grizz like didn't really get a good game from I'm going to take my headphones off actually now that it's just me. The Grizz didn't really have a good game outside of Ja, too. I think Bane had 19. Brandon Clark started and was like fine. I had Brandon Clark in my DFS lineup, so it was really frustrating because he sat on 10 points and 7 rebounds for what felt like 2 hours, and that was tilting. But really good game. Both of those teams are going to be tough outs in the playoffs. Wizards and Hornets, this was out of all of the games, I didn't even sniff at this one. I didn't look at it. I didn't even check the box score until this morning. The Wizards won 108-100. Kyle Kuzma, we thought he might sit, which then messed around with our so rare DFS lineups, but he ended up playing. He put up 20 and 6. The Zanger had 19 and 8. And then this guy Goodwin, we talked about him last night on So Rare before our live before Lock So Rare show. Goodwin, we were like, oh, he might be a sneaky value play. And all he did was put up 17 and 5. So that ended up being a sneaky play, something to pay attention to. I don't know if they're going to give him more run, but it was good to see. Also, listen, every time we talk about the Hornets now, it feels good. It feels like we were in early and then looked down bad. But our man PJ
Washington. PJ Washington.
Dude, PJ really is balling this season. 25 and 4 for him. Kelly Oubre with 20. This was Terry Rozier's second game. He had an off game. I assumed they limited his minutes with what his performance looked like, but you know what? They didn't. He was just pretty bad. Still no LaMelo. Still tough watch. Tough games to watch. I watched a lot of this one. Houston, the Magic. I don't know why I said the Magic. Houston and the Magic. That sounds a little bit better. High scoring, man. 134-127. Jalen Green with 34. Jalen Green finally getting out of that shooting slump. We knew it was only a matter of time. He's not going to go 4 for 18 forever. So Green with 34. Kevin Porter Jr. 17, 11, and 8. I know they're not winning a ton of games. They're just super fun to watch. Shengun had 20 and 10. And then Kenyon Martin Jr. had 21 off the bench. Paolo with another 30-point game. 30 and 6. Franz Wagner had 23 and 7. And then Terrence Ross had 21 off the bench. Tandy said, hey, Mike, cool June shirt. Newsflash, it's November, bro. Got him. June shine, bro. This is a sponsored show. Sponsored advertisement right there. Bad night to sit Green. Yeah, we're going to go over my so rare lineups towards the end. If we still have time, though. I don't know if we'll have time anymore. But Jalen Green ended up being a solid play. That was a fun game, though. High scoring. Next up, Detroit basketball. Detroit finally got a win. Let's actually do a Detroit drop. We don't get to do that one often. But for shout out our man Jay Catch, you know. Detroit basketball. All right, Detroit beat OKC last night, 112-103. SGA, man, 33-7-5. 33-7-5. SGA's continued to be freaking awesome. The rest of his team, only 2 other players on the squad hit double digits in points, and that was at 11 points. So SGA truly scored a third of their points last night. Sadiq Bey had 25. Cade Cunningham, 21, 11, and 7. And then, a sneaky little double-double for Jaden Ivey with 15 and 11. Good win for Detroit. 2 teams going for Vembayama. Ooh, Shapoopy triple-double. What's up, Shapoop Poop? Good to see you. Ivy with some insane stat stuffing. Says, Manny, was he throwing the ball to himself off the backboard, doing a little Ricky Davis for us? So that was that game. Pacers and Pelicans. The Pacers got a win. Pels, I don't know if they were sleeping at the wheel. John Dubb, shout out for your W. Pacers 129, Pelicans 122, excuse me. Miles Turner with a please trade me stat line. 37 and 12. 37 and 12 for Miles Turner. Not used to bigs, just absolutely tearing up the Pelicans, but here we go. Ooh, Denver Dog giving me credit for the Ricky Davis reference. Hell yeah. Miles Turner, though, again, all I can imagine is he was just like, trade me, bruh. Trade me, bruh. Halliburton had 20 and 13. Good game for him. Mathurin, not kind of a quiet game. Zion had 26, 7 and 7. Good game from him, but man, they didn't look right there down the stretch. I don't know if they were just like, hey, it's Indiana, don't worry about it. Like they're trying to lose, and then they didn't. And Brandon Ingram, 29 and 6. Got weird. One thing to pay attention to with the Pelicans, and I know we have some Pelicans fans in the chat. Curious what your thoughts on Joe Val is right now. It feels like the last couple of times I've checked in on Pelicans games, Valanciunas has kind of been bad. Or not bad, but like limiting his minutes. I feel like everyone else around him is playing 30 plus minutes, except him. And I think they're going small with Larry Nance a little bit more. So that's something to pay attention to. I don't think it's like something you could like panic button, but something to pay attention to. Anyways, I was surprised by that. I thought we'd see some more Joe Val in those lineups. Man, the dog Bandy's wilding out this morning. Sixers and Suns. Chris Paul went out halfway through the game. I think he only played 14 minutes. So we'll have to pay attention to how long that injury lasts. But if you are someone who was value hunting for so rare and threw in a Damian Lee or a campaign, all of a sudden you're printing because now Cam Johnson is out, CP3 is out. Anyway, Sixers won 100-88. We weren't sure if we were going to get Joel Embiid. Embiid went ham, 33, 10, and 5. Tobias Harris had 20. I think we should start calling him Toby. Shout out to Arrested Development. He had 21, 8, and 6. Tyrese Maxey finally came back to earth. He had 11. He went 4 for 18 shooting. Not great, Bob. Not great, Bob. And then Booker had a big game, 28, 7, and 5. I'm going to take a photo of my dog right now, and then I'm going to put this in the Discord so you guys can understand what's happening. He just had his face like in the chair. It's just wild right now. We need a mental health drop because I got a cough. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. Wet Like I'm Book was saying lots of Pelicans mouths to feed. Joe Val feeling the effects. Yeah, but I'm surprised at the minutes, not necessarily the stat line. Like he's playing, I think he only played like 20-something last night. Maybe I'm wrong. Hawks, Bucks. The Bucks finally fall. The Bucks no longer undefeated. Every team has at least one loss. Giannis 25 and 7. Surprising thing about this game is Trae Young didn't even play. And DeJounte Murray went for a big old, 25, 11, and 8. And then the real surprising thing, the rookie AJ Griffin played a lot of minutes down the stretch. Part of this is because it was a blowout, and he went for 24 off the bench. So that's something to pay attention to. Didn't mean to share screen there. Wait, Top Shot Tesla said Embiid played. Got to keep my word. You think Doc finished the season as Sixers coach? Will Maxey be an all-star? Dude, first of all, thank you for your super chat. Love Top Shot Tesla. I don't think Doc finishes as the season as a Sixers coach. I do think the thing about the East guards, though, man, right? So you got let's think about this: Garland, Mitchell, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown. Who else are we missing here? Bradley Beal, who I don't know, whatever. What other guards am I missing? Actually, I don't know. Maybe he is going to be in the All-Star conversation. Is that Cade Cunningham is going to be in the conversation? Cade's been putting up monster numbers. That's 6. I don't know. Maxey will be close. It depends. If he really like racks up stats, I could see it happening. LaMelo hasn't played yet though, so that's kind of tough. Trey last minute announcement. Hose Moment Ranks play. Also, yeah, shut up Moment Ranks. I saw they tripled the payouts. Did they announce that like earlier in the day? I didn't see it until like 10 minutes before lock, or maybe it was an hour before lock. But I wonder what. I don't know. Anyways, keep going. Oh, Fred VanVleet. That's another good example. Yeah. Trae Young. And yeah, he's not making the All-Star team. He's not making the All-Star team, especially if they suck, you know. This was a fun game. Blazers 110-107. I caught Blazers 110, Heat 107. I caught the last few minutes of this. Tyler Hero sat. Dame returned. Anthony Simons returned as well. Jeremy Grant had 23 and 6. Dame 19 and 6. Simons had 25. For the Heat, it was weird. 7 of the 8 guys who played had double figures, but the highest was 16. I think Butler had 16. Streese might have had 16, maybe Bam as well. But that was kind of wild. Yeah, okay. So Mike's saying they announced it 3 hours before lock. I've got I want to put on my why would they do that? It made me think that Top Shot or that the Dapper people were like, oh, maybe we should be doing something with all of the games playing in free NBA League Pass. I know, shout out Dream Shaker from Boards to Buckets. I know he put it in, we're in this like private community builders Discord. I know he put it out there like last week being like, hey, is there any plan? But yeah, wild. Yeah. And then anyways, Josh Hart for the Blazers hit the game winning 3 as time expired. Yeah. Veronica's saying, I'm not even mad. What a shot. Weiss is saying legend with the game winner. Yeah. You know what's so funny, man? Every time Josh Hart is on Twitter, whether he's tweeting or a highlight is tweeted of him, everyone immediately is like, dude, remember when you rugged Top Shot or you rugged the people who gave you gifts, stuff like that. Anyways, Blazers, big win for them, man. They keep winning. Blazers keep winning. They got Dame back. That was good. Bulls, Raptors. Bulls won 111, Raps 97. Zach LaVine with a 30 and 5. Bucci Mane with another like low-key double-double, 15 and 13. And then Frederick VanVleet now is going to be taking a ton of shots with Siakam out. He put up 27. Kind of a crappy game from Scotty Barnes, but whatever. Josh Harvey in the chat, who I saw recently picked up a Draymond Green limited card. Hopefully Dapper comes to their senses and continues the bigger payouts. Reduced payouts coming into the year on moment ranks was disappointing. Yeah, listen, I'm sure it's some internal stuff about funding, but I totally agree, man. When we were talking about the team captains and how that was one of the things that like kept the excitement going, moment ranks was the other thing. So, but if you don't have the money, you can't do it. So maybe that was part of it, but I agree. Anyways, good win for the Bulls. Knicks Wolves. We're moving on. Knicks won 120-107. The Wolves, man, I just can't figure the Wolves out. They just don't seem connected yet. I know they're missing Rudy. I thought that would actually be better for their offense, but obviously that's going to ding their defense up. Pretty solid games all around. We should probably get a drop ready.
Regular season Randall.
Julius Randle, baby, 31 and 8. Jalen Brunson with 23 and 8. RJ 22, 5 and 5. On the Wolves side of things, Karl Anthony Towns had 25, 13 and 7, and Ant Edwards had 16 and 9. Good win for the Knicks, man. It's a good win for the Knicks. Glad they got it. Next up, we got Nuggets and Spurs. This was a fun one. Nuggets won 115-109. Shout out to Spurs, staying with it. I thought they might be rolling over in this game. Regulator asking if Brunson is an all-star. Hey, it's a good question, man. He's going to be in the conversation. He's probably in that maxi category. I don't know if his stats are going to be big enough to, again, man, like I forgot about the Hawks when I was reading all of those names, you know, like it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him to squeeze in, but again, he's been putting up bigger numbers than anticipated. So good to see. But on the Nuggets side of things, Michael Porter Jr. had a really good game. He got 24 and 6. Nikola Jokic with 26, 10 and 8, but he also put in 2 steals and 3 blocks, or maybe it was 3 blocks and 2 steals. Jamal Murray slowly coming back in with 19 and 6, and then Bones with 14 off the bench. Our favorite man, Keldon Big Body Johnson, put up a 30-piece, had 30 and 5. And then we had Trey Jones had 20 and 9. And then off the bench, Josh Richardson with a big old 22. Anytime Josh Richardson is mentioned and in a positive light, it is surprising. But good win for the Nuggets. I know I'm like speed reading these through now, but we started behind. Mavs beat the Nets. Nets really choked that one out. It felt like Mavs won 96-94. Kevin Durant had 26 and 4. Ben Simmons is back. He was on a minutes restriction, and I was really curious if that was going to impact Cam Thomas, but they still let Cam Thomas cook, if you will, and he had 19 off the bench. So that was good to see if you're a Cam fan. Yuta was the one who took the biggest minutes hit. He only played like 4 or 5 minutes. But anyways, Luka, again, just normal Luka shit, 36, 6 and 6. Oh, yeah, I didn't even mention Halliburton. You're right, Mark. Halliburton, another East guard. It's a lot of guards, dude. A lot of guards. Also, again, kind of to Treat's point earlier, there's just too much talent in this league, man. Too much talent. Good win for the Mavs. I don't know. It's fun watching Brooklyn lose. Yeah, choked. They had a couple of shots at it. Royce O'Neal had a couple of shots. Oh, Yuta got hurt in that game? Okay. That's too bad. Yuta down bad. Yuta. Gnome's in the chat. Good to see Gnome here. All right, let's keep it moving. Keep it tight. Warriors and Kangs. Warriors won 116-113. I thought they were going to lose this game, man. I really did. It got close. Kings kept it close. De'Aaron Fox continues to just be an offensive menace. Excuse me, he had 28 and 6. Sabone with a 19 and 14 line. Malik Monk was the surprise off the bench with 24. And then, man, Chef Curry, Steph like truly putting this team on their back. Yeah, the Kings got hosed with that call. That was tough. Dude, ready? Curry 47, 8 and 8. Andrew Wiggins 25 and 10. Dude, I'm not Wiggins. Everybody but Curry and Wiggins are looking pretty bad. Like Clay doesn't look right, which makes sense. Jordan Poole looks really bad. Wiseman looks bad. I mean, I don't know what is going on except for the fact that Draymond Green punched his teammate before the season started. Yeah, second time in a week the Kings got boned by the NBA officials. Well, luckily we're going to get the last 2-minute report in a few minutes, and like this morning, and they can tell us what mistakes the refs made again. That's always fun. Jazz Lakers. Let's. You know what's great? We can do this drop today. We can do this drop because it's a revenge game for THT. Wait. THT, hey, yeah, good to get that, right? Here we go. We've got AD with 29 and 4. LeBron sat, for those that don't know. So did Lonnie Walker. So Kendrick Nunn started. They kept Russ off the bench. Nunn went for 18. Did my Wi-Fi just crap out for a second? Are we back? Russ had a solid line, 22 and 5. But again, the Lakers let up 139 points. This is supposed to be a defensive team. 139 points to the Utah Jazz. Lauri Markkanen had 23. Jordan Clarkson with 22. THT 15. Sexton had 17 and 5 off the bench. And then Conley with a little double-double. Little 14 and 12. Jazz win again, man. It's wild. Jazz continue to win. Last game of the night, we've hit them all. 15. Clippers beat the Cavs. This one was really fun. Cavs, I think the Clippers went on something like a 9-0 run, 15-1 run, something like that. I forget what the exact numbers of this because it was as I was falling asleep. But the Clippers went on a big run there towards the end to win 119-117. Mobley had 26 and 8. Donovan Mitchell with another 30 spot. Darius Garland 19 and 12. Kevin Love continuing to be very effective and efficient off the bench. He had 17 and 8. Paul George continues to cook 26 and 5. Marcus Morris Sr. get the biggest boost from them that they needed with no Kawhi and no John Wall. He went for 20 and 6. Our Manhands 16, 5 and 4. Let's get that little mini drop for you.
Let me see your man hands, money.
Let me see your man hands. That was good for them. And then Norman Powell. That's a fun Norman Powell with 17 off the bench. So again, that was a wild day in the NBA. Let's go poke around at we're gonna poke around at So Rare, but before we do that, let's see what's happening in the standings. I like doing this every day. It's kind of fun watching people move around. And we're not at total overreaction mode, but now we're an eighth of the way into the season, so maybe it's time to start taking some of this stuff seriously. Also, I'm gonna put something in the chat and then pin it, so when we talk about So Rare, you know where the link is. I'm sure everybody at this point has seen it, but I'm just gonna pin it right there. All right, let's go look at the standings quickly. Here we go. We're over on the east side of things. Let me blow this up. Over on the east side of things, we've got. Let me see. Is that helpful there? It's a little bit better, but whatever. Excuse me. Bucks. Oh, man, we need another drop so I can cough. Damn it. Let's do Luka Magic.
Luka Magic.
All right, here we go. We're still not 100% right now, but the Bucks 9 and 1. Cavs drop 1 to 8 and 2. Celtics and Hawks improved to 7 and 3. Raptors at 6 and 5. Look at this. Bulls 500 at 6 and 6. Pacers are 500. The Knicks are 500. Then we get the Wizards and the Sixers, both in the 9-10 spots. And then here we go, completely out of the play-in right now. We have the Nets at 4 and 7. The Heat at 4 and 7. The Hornets at 3 and 8. The Pistons at 3 and 8. And the Orlando Magic at 2 and 9. And then look, in first place, because the Suns dropped a game. Because they dropped a game. Oh, Getty said went to the Bulls game courtesy of the Bulls Top Shot channel. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome, Getty. Utility, baby. Jazz, though, moving to first place here, 9 and 3. And then you get the Suns, Blazers, and Nuggets all at 7 and 3. Mavericks at 6 and 3. Grizz at 7 and 4. Clips 6 and 5. Pelly's at 500 at 5-5, and then you get Spurs and T-Wolves at 5-6. The Tunda at 4-6. Warriors finally win a game, 4-7. Then you get the Kangs, Lakers, and Rockets down at the bottom. I got a question for you. How many more games until the Jazz have to make the decision that they're going to try? Right? What did we say they are? 9-3. They played 12 games. So they are 12 games into the season. They are 9-3. How many, listen, they can still rattle off, if they want to go full tank mode, they lose 10 in a row. All of a sudden they're right back down there. But dude, it's almost time for them to start taking this seriously. And I know we mentioned it a little bit yesterday. They're just not playing any bad guys, right? Like they don't have a ton of great players, but like no all-stars, I don't think. But when you look at their roster, man, like it's all serviceable basketball players. You know what I'm saying? Like Malik Beasley, Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley, THT, Lauri Markkanen, Kelly Olynyk, Colin Sexton, Jared Vanderbilt. That we didn't even talk about, like their rookie Walker Kessler and whatever he's going to be. Agbaji as well, who I'm sure I butchered that last name, but like all of those things, all of those players are just like fine, right? Like they're not rolling out anybody bad. So at some point, Danny Ainge and the rest of the organization is going to have to make that decision. Like, are we going to try? Like, is that what we're doing now? We're trying. Because look, dude, they're in first place in the West. And again, I know we're like an eighth of the way through the season, so that's overreaction theater. But yeah, Will Hardy, dude, you give him the award now. Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year is wrapped up. Coach of the Year and Rookie of the Year both wrapped up. Sorry to my Benedict Mathurin fans, but Paulo is just putting up 30 on the reg. All right, let's remind the people, like the stream, subscribe to Team Hold, put hashtag Treat into the channel, and go follow Treat on Twitter. Yeah, Lauri is playing like an all-star. I mean, someone's going to have to make the all-star team from them once we get to the break if they're going to keep cooking like this. Before we get over to So Rare too, let me just remind you guys what like our content schedule is this week. I'm actually not sure if Watch Your Work is tonight. I don't think they are. So this will be the only show on this channel. I'm going to get some shorts coming out today, but that's about it. Tomorrow, we will have the morning show at 9 a.m. We'll have the football show at noon. We'll have a little bit of So Rare content, but also the 89 Cavs return tomorrow night at 7. Justin and Steve return to just kind of laugh at basketball. So if you've never seen the 89 Cavs, I recommend checking it out. It's a lot of fun. We just talk basketball, and it's just 3 comedians shooting the shit. It's a good time. Not safe for work, though. I'll tell you that. Shot Tank is actually going to be on Thursday this week. We moved it to Thursday. So our Thursday schedule will have the morning show, and then we will have Shot Tank on Team Hold's channel Thursday night. And then Friday, we'll have the morning show again. We'll have a football show, and then we'll have the So Rare live before lock show. So that's our content schedule of the week. Check out all of the links in our show notes too. You can join the Discord. If you do join the Discord, recommend joining the Team Hold YouTube VIP as well, because that unlocks all of the Top Shot, All Day, So Rare, General NFT channels. So jump in there. All right, I'm just going to go over some of my lineups and my calls on So Rare. Again, if you haven't signed up for that, I pinned the link in the chat. You can also find it in the show notes. If you sign up, you get 20 free common cards. You get to immediately play for free. You don't have to spend any money. You can just do the common stuff. But also, if you do spend a little coin, if you buy 5 cards off of the auction, you will get a 6-1 free. And it also helps us out a little bit. And look at Biggest Bullish Investor says he's currently in 87th in the rare contender. So let's go. We'll go over to my contest here. Let me just refresh to make sure that's up to date. So here I got to enable the authentication factor. So my common lineups are like whatever. Jalen Brunson and Şengün had a great game. Jovic isn't playing, but I just had to throw somebody in there. JTA I thought would do a little bit more, especially in a blowout, but he didn't. And Giddey still coming back from injury, whatever. This one looking a little bit better, right? Jokic put up a 62 spot. Ingram with 47. Dame's got 2 games left, so he'll get higher than 28. Scotty Barnes, same thing with 1 game left. I'm sure he'll do a little bit better. And then Damian Lee with 27. So I actually like this lineup. I think is in good shape. My limited contender. So Jeremy Grant with 37. He's still got 2 games left. Jamal Murray. Hopefully I can get both of these guys up over 40. Man with a 35. Man was our value call yesterday, right? He had a cap of 12 and put up 35. So I hope you guys went after Terrence Mann. Kendrick Nunn too had a very low cap and put up 18. So that's fine. And then Gabe Vincent with 28 is fine as well. Limited champion one this is kind of spicy. So I'm right now in 495th. I should have said this is projected to get a limited tier 3. I don't know if that holds, but we'll see. For the MVP, limited tier 4 right here, John Moran put up 63, which was nice. I got 53 from Jalen Green. Kevin Porter Jr. also 45. Hopefully KPJ can get up a little bit higher. Would love to see him get up into the 50s. And then Monty Morris and Rui, kind of disappointed. Would love to see them get in the 30 range, but whatever. The rare contender is the one that I'm most excited about. Listen, I told you guys yesterday, everyone was saying, don't you worry, Dwight Powell's a great play. I told you to play Dwight Powell with caution. And I forget what let me actually look that up right now to see what his exact minutes were last night, because I think he played a bunch of minutes. Like JaVale McGee started and played 3 minutes, I think, which again, what the fuck are the Mavs doing, man? Let me pull this up. Unless he got hurt again, they thought he was fine and he didn't. Yeah, so McGee played 3.5 minutes. And then when we go to Dwight Powell, he played 22 minutes. He put up 2 points, 8 boards, a steal, and a block. So not great. Josh Harvey said, you bought a Jordan Goodwin and then didn't play it. I know. What a fool, dude. What a fool. We'll look at Jordan Goodwin's score as well. Or I guess we already did talk about him. But those value plays we talked about were sharp, man. So I listen, not to pump my own bags, but Jordan Goodwin, Terrence Mann, a lot of the guys we highlighted, Kendrick Nunn, a lot of those guys popped yesterday. So I recommend, whether it's signing up for Momentum Labs or just tuning into our live before lock shows on Mondays and Fridays at 5:30 Eastern. We kind of go over all the late breaking NBA news and then build our lineups together. But solid shit. Yuta hurt in this lineup, and now he got hurt, so that makes me nervous. And then Zion and Keldon Johnson with pretty solid games. And then this rare champion were just kind of my leftover moments. Clearly, I should have played Goodwin over here, but Jeremy Grant put up 40. Draymond Green sucks. Trey Murphy with 31. Jordan Poole sucks more than Draymond. Warriors, dude, like I know they got Poole only 2. I know. The turnover stuff has been so bad as well. Tanked one of my common lineups. Yeah, Jordan, dude, the Warriors are not great, man. Not to pump my own bag, says the guy hosting a show specifically about so rare content. There we go, dude. There we go. Got to have something to pump. Brandon Ingram over LeBron was your call as well. Well, LeBron also didn't play, so I don't know how much credit I can take for that. But yeah, Ingram did have a nice game. But yeah, definitely. Listen, if you're in the Discord, I'm having fun with this. Obviously, I think a lot of people have just been freaking out. Like, dude, I don't understand it. Like, when you get Top Shot, you get the videos, dude. Why are you doing cards, man? I can't stress enough. It's not about picking one over the other. I'm still dabbling in both. We're still dabbling in both, but I am having fun over there. Speaking of pumping bags, Shutter Own the Moment. Are you guys premium bros over there? Do you have your Jolly Jokers, dude? Official sponsor of the Team Hold Morning Show. We need to get that hair floof. You know what I'm saying? Fuck yeah, dude. All right. I think we pumped everything we need to pump. Pump it. Is that true to Dwight Howard to Taiwan? Is he playing over there? I didn't see that breaking news. Somehow I got a Cade Cunningham last night for $30. That's a nice steal. That is a nice steal. I also think we're going to do some playback on Friday this week because my wife is working this weekend and is going to be gone. So I need something to do. And she tells me that I party when she's gone. So I'm going to party with my internet friends instead. Choppy said, bought some so rare for the first time last night. Nothing major, just some cheap stuff. Listen, I'll tell you how I feel about diving into this. The way I've been treating it, Chops, is that what I did was I played for free for a week or two. Just played the commons to try to dabble into it and see how I felt, and then worked my way into the limiteds. And now that I feel like I got a hang of it, I did some flips, which I think was kind of fun. I don't like highlighting the flips because obviously none of this is financial advice, but right, we flipped. I think there are ways to mess around with like injury news and to take shots on stuff like that, right? So when Ben Simmons went down and the Kyrie news happened, I scooped up some Cam Thomas's. There was flip potential there. So seeing these cheap value guys, right, that not everyone is talking about. Goodwin was another example. I think there are opportunities, and they're quick. You have to do it quickly because like once their cap changes, because the dynamic caps, the value of them goes down a little bit. But wow, big giveaway from Boston Base. Shut up, Boston Base, for doing that big giveaway. I can't share it, though, because he's a little too antagonistic with people on Twitter. So sometimes it comes from a bad place, it feels like. So I can't share it. But it is a nice giveaway. Harvey said dove in last night after watching for weeks. Really seems like you can get some decent deals at low price if you check off. And yeah, and I think not buying on Mondays and Fridays when everyone else is buying. Like if you mess around on like today and tomorrow or Saturday and Sunday, that's kind of the way to do it. Andre's saying I'm playing the freeze until I have enough limiteds. Looks like I can get my second limited this week. Currently top 1K, and Maxi can definitely outplay. There you go. Yeah. You can compete in a bit of the non-MVP contest without spending a lot. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think I said you can make a solid lineup in the contenders because the contenders are capped, right? You kind of have to make a balanced lineup. It's hard to play like the Morants and the Jokic's and the Giannis's of the world because of how high their cap is. So I think you can make a solid lineup for, I think I said like the 150 range, and then other people were like, no, dude, you can do it in like the 50 to 75 range. So yeah, there's a lot of fun ways to do it. I'm really having a good time. Have you done any of the trade-in moments yet? No, I haven't done that yet. Mainly because there was too much content happening yesterday. Yeah, like if you guys weren't paying attention to what the hell we did yesterday, we had the morning show, we had the football show, we had the So Rare Live Before Lock show, we did another curated So Rare show in the middle of the day, and then we put out a YouTube short as well. So we were grinding yesterday, okay? All right, we're going to last call here for this giveaway. Last call, you're going to like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag treat in there. And then we'll go do it live. What are we talking about, Tandy? What's going on? Tandy? Tandy, what shows do you have this week? You want us to pump your Tandy shows? Take you to the Tandy shop. That should be your intro, man. That should be your intro. And honestly, I'm going to charge you for that because that's a great idea. That is a great idea. We're up to 65 entrants. Like the stream, subscribe, hashtag treat. You got like less than a minute to do it, and then we're spinning this thing. Also, wow, we are currently up to, I'm going to show you this. Right now. Look at this sub situation here. Can you guys see that? Or did I just mess things up? Can you, hold on. Can you see this yet? 6, 6, 6, 6. It's a bunch of sixes. It's alarming. Let's get this up over 10K. Let's do that today. Get it up over 10K. All right. What did I check up? Oh no, I'm not going to do the card trade. I need to like pay attention to the card trade thing before I do it. Pump my shows. I think Thursday I'll have those lunatics on again. I can't believe they haven't been canceled yet. Ben specifically. Yeah, go vote today. Again, I pumped that earlier. If you're in the United States, go vote. And then if there's international stuff, vote on that too. Next landmark. Yeah, 6969 will be a pretty big day for us, I think. It'll be a pretty big day for us. All right, here we go. We're spinning this thing. Again, Liz, shout out Treat for being here this morning. If you joined late, recommend checking out the first 20 minutes of the show. We had Treaticus on talking about his new content that he's going to be putting out and just like good vibes in general. But I appreciate you all being here and join the Discord, sign up, do all the shit, hug some families, do all of those things. Here we go. Let's spin it. Spinner. Here we go. Make sure you shoot me a DM at Mike Sakarian or at Twitter, or in the Discord. It's going to Eagle Putt. Shout out to Eagle Putt. Big W's there. Congratulations, Eagle Putt. We will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you for being here. We are out.